Dream Master Nightmare by Theresa Breslin. Read by Clifford Norgate. When you dream, where do you go? Who decides where the dream is to be, or what is to happen? I am a dream master, and I control the dream world. Follow the rules for a good dream, for there are rules. Rules that should not be broken. Chapter 1. "Move!" shrieked the girl, as Cy skidded to a halt at the entrance to the house. She elbowed him hard in the back.
"Get inside! They're right behind us!"
There was a thud, and the sound of splintering wood as an axe crunched into the door just to the left of Cy's head.
"See?"
the girl shouted right into Cy's face.
"Now come on!"
For the briefest second, Cy hesitated. The girl pushed past him, flung the door open, then grabbed his arm and dragged him inside.
"Put the bar across,"
she ordered him, her bright blue eyes snapping with impatience. "And then help me with Grandfather." Cy looked around helplessly. What bar? Across where? The girl was by the hearth in the middle of the floor, helping an old man to his feet. She glanced up at Cy.
"There!"
she shrieked again, pointing to a wooden stave propped upright behind the door. Cy lifted the piece of wood and clumsily slotted it into place, just in time. There was a thunderous battering, and the wooden planks of the door began to vibrate.
"We must hurry, Grandfather."
The girl spoke urgently, but more gently.
"The raiders have come, and we must flee."
The old man's voice was barely a whisper.
"Yes, but to where, daughter?"
Cy nodded in agreement. He was with the grandfather on this one. Exactly where were they going to escape to? As if she had heard his thought, the girl looked at Cy.
"Go first,"
she said, "and open the way through to the pig pen."
"Pig pen?"
Cy stared at her stupidly.
"Where is the way to the pig pen?"
he asked. Cy hadn't thought it possible that she could screech even higher than she had before, but her voice moved up several decibels as she yelled at him.
"I don't believe it! A swineherd who doesn't know where the pig pen is? It is that way!"
She had her grandfather's arm across her own shoulder and was trying to support him as they stumbled across the room.
"A swineherd?"
cried Cy.
"Me? A swineherd? No way!"
He folded his arms across his chest.
"I am not being a swineherd." "What?"
The girl stared at him. Well, that had shut her up for a moment, thought Cy, which gave him a bit of time to think things out. He hated having dreams like this, when everything seemed to be rolling along nicely, and then suddenly your dream took a nasty turn and there was nothing you could do about it. Well, he was not about to let that happen this time. He'd had previous experience in making his dreams go the way he wanted them to. It just took a bit of willpower and hard concentration. Cy shook his head in a determined manner.
"I am not being a swineherd," he repeated.
"But you are a swineherd," said the girl.
"You are Cy the swineherd."
"Oh, yeah," said Cy. "And I suppose you are a princess." "Well, yes." "I am Hilda, a Saxon princess of the royal house of Edgar." The girl looked bewildered. "But this you already know."
"Ha!"
said Cy. "I thought so. You're a princess, and all I get to be is a swineherd. I don't think so." He shook his head from side to side. He wasn't budging on this. Being a swineherd was certainly not in his dream plan. When he had first landed in this Viking dream, Cy had decided at once that he should have a major part. He would march with the army of the English king Airdred to do battle against the Vikings at Stainmoor and try to drive them out of Northumbria. But then, just as the dreamer started to get going, Cy had had a different idea. It had occurred to him that it might be a bit more exciting to be an actual Viking, or at least take part in a Viking raid. And no sooner had the thought clicked into place when suddenly he was running with this girl through wynds and alleyways in some medieval city. Cy looked around him. Ending up in a cramped hovel, accompanied by an old man and a bossy girl, being pursued by bloodthirsty barbarians, was certainly not what he had intended.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?